is Angie, and again we have this time of the year we have a Steam sale. It just started a few hours ago, and the first thing I did was check the titles I had on my secret list I always wanted to tell you guys about, and I checked if any of those titles were at the discount. I have a list of 10 games. They are in no particular order. It's not a list from the best game to the worst game or from the most expensive to the most cheap one. It's just a bunch of random games I find enjoyable and think you should check them out too. I just wanted to let you know that all of the prices I have right here are in euros. So they might be slightly different if you are in the United States and you are using dollars. Okay, so let's start. The first game on my list is interesting indie game titled Among the Sleep. It's currently for a bit more than 5 euros. It's been discounted by 65%. It's supposed to be an adventure horror game where you play from the perspective of a small child, like a toddler or something like that. When I was playing this game, it wasn't too scary for me. There weren't many jump scares or something like that. It has a great atmosphere and it has a really nice story to it, which I also don't want to spoil to you because you should definitely check it out. It's also very pretty. It has pretty decent graphics and it's a very interesting project in my opinion, and you should check it out. Another game is Kingdom Newlands. You can probably locate a gameplay of Kingdom on my channel. It was when the game was still in early access, I think. So there aren't many options that are available right now in the Kingdom Newlands, like new monsters, new artifacts, new locations, new upgrades. And the first thing I noticed, which made me very happy, is that now the villagers can run because previously when suddenly the monsters attacked the town and the villagers were just slowly strutting to the center of the city, like, yeah, no big deal, nothing too scary. It's a very interesting game because apart from the really nice graphics, it's a strategy game, a bit of resource management, although the main resource you have are money, and you can get money from many different things. I would say it was a bit scary for me. Those monsters were a bit creepy. I was more creeped out by this game than by Among the Sleep. So, Kingdom Newlands, now for 10 euros. It's been discounted by 33%. You should definitely check it out. It's a very nice game. Another title I have on my list is Abdul, which I made a video about, and you can get an impression from that video that I didn't like this game at all, but it's so pretty, it's so calming, it has a very nice music, it has very nice graphics, and it's pretty educational when it comes to deep sea creatures, or not so deep sea, some shallow sea creatures as well. The game itself on Steam is for 16 euros right now, and it's been discounted by 20%. Next title I will want to recommend to you guys is Superhot, a game called by some as revolutionary because of its mechanic. I can respect that. I can understand where this is coming from, but still I wouldn't call it that groundbreaking. It's still very cool, but it's hard to, in my opinion, it's hard to find other uses for this mechanic that was used in Superhot. What is this game exactly? Most people say that it's an FPS, Well, it is. It's a first-person shooter, but not exactly. I would call it a first-person puzzle. Because in this game, if you try to charge head-on, shooting everybody just without thinking, it's impossible. You will die every 3 seconds. You need to take things slow, you need to think, you need to look around, you need to consider everything that's happening around you. It's for barely 14 euros. It's been discounted by 40%, which I think is a good price for a game like that. Next game is a very curious platformer game. It's called Apathy. It costs right now €3.70 something. It's been discounted by 75%, which is huge, I think. It's beautiful, really. When you look at this game, it just looks stunning. It has pretty interesting mechanics. The one thing I would have against Apathy is that the controls are so-so. I would even dare to say that they are pretty poor. But once you get used to them, you can manage. Next game, it's also a platformer, but this one is completely different. It has a pretty interesting mechanic because you have something like Spider-Man's Spiderweb when you can grab some stuff from far away from you. And this game is a bit silly. It has a pretty funny story. It has an amazing humor. It was just great. It reminds me so much of Psychonauts. Like, if they kept the 2D style of Psychonauts, I bet it would look exactly like this. The colors are very vibrant and everything is just so weird looking. It's great. And the voice acting is great and the game is silly and but you need to be prepared because it's also a pretty abstract game in the sense that if you remember the worst puzzles in old adventure games, this game has similar motives. And also, unfortunately, it requires you sometimes to go back and forth, which may be exhausting. But still, I think it looks very nice. It has a very nice voice acting, it has very nice graphics, and it's funny. I very much recommend it, especially that it's been discounted by 50% and it's only for €7.50. So you should definitely try it. Another game I have on my list, I'm not sure why I even have it because you all probably heard about it. It's Firewatch. It's a very, very known game, I guess. It's been discounted by 40%. It's now for €12. It's a beautiful game with a very touching story, with an amazing voice acting as well. And at least at first, it's very calming and it's very serene. If you want to take your time to just look around, you can always do that. It's very lovely. The next game on my list is Oxenfree. It's a story-driven game with a mystery. It's like a mystery adventure game with also very nice graphics, as you can probably see. This is another game with a very good voice acting. You should go to the Steam page. I will leave the link in my description. You should go to the Steam page and check out the trailer because really the voice acting is fantastic in that thing. And it has a very nice art style and it's just... It's currently for €5. It's been discounted by 75%. So I don't know what you're still doing here. You should already be buying this stuff because I like very weird stuff in my game. The next title is Echo of the Wilds. It's like an existential survival game, I guess. When I was playing it, it left me confused and intrigued and I had no idea what happened, but I definitely wanted to play more, to discover more stuff. It's currently for €4.50. Go check it out. The last game on my list is, again, a game with a slightly different, slightly confusing and slightly weird twist. It's called Magrunner. It tried to be a Portal clone, but with a bit of Lovecraftian undertones, and it did a pretty decent job. But again, it has, in my opinion, a few downsides. It can be sometimes too hard, meaning that it does not explain very well what it wants you to do. Also, in my opinion, voice acting is so-so, especially the main character, and the fact that he is narrating most of the stuff that is happening around can be annoying at times. But still, Magrunner is currently for €2.50, so why not give it a try? I know my list isn't big. I know those are a few titles. Some of you may know, some not. I hope you'll find something for your liking. If you have anything that you would think I would like, I would love to get recommendations, because I'm always all for checking other games. I love checking out the wish list or libraries of my friends to see what kind of games they are playing, because maybe some of them will have some hidden gem I've never heard about. So anyway, if you guys have something like that, please write in the comment. I would love to check it out. Thanks guys for listening. I hope you found something you'd like, and see you in my next video. Bye bye!